guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, you are now watching BTV. Alright, so as you can tell by the title below, I'm giving y'all an updated hair journey video. Basically, I made one a few years ago. I can't even remember when. And I just kind of told y'all about how I started my hair journey and a little bit about like my current hair journey, but that was a couple years ago. Now I am 5 going 6 years in to being natural, so I just felt like I should give you guys an updated hair journey video, give y'all updates, give y'all how I'm doing, what I'm doing differently, and what I'm doing to try to keep my hair as healthy as possible. So first things first, if you have not seen my old hair journey video, go ahead and pause this video, go back to it. I don't even remember what I named it. I think I just named it Natural Hair Journey. I'll give you guys a little rundown though. I ended up becoming natural back in the end of my high school career, so senior year. It's been so long ago, I have to kind of remember the details, but I actually like stopped getting a perm like on accident. Like I went off to college, so I got my last perm like a little before prom, I think, and then I went off to college and I just stopped getting permed and kept getting weaves, and it was just kind of like an accident, and I just slowly went into like 3 or 4 months without a perm. And of course my friend and my boyfriend at the time, which is not my ex, was just like, you know what, you should go natural, you have pretty hair, blah 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 blah. And I just made the decision to go natural. I went a whole year without cutting my hair, and then I had some faux locks in, and when I took those faux locks out, my hair was like my new growth was like this, and like everything else was like perm ends, and I was like, this is just so ugly, I cannot do it. And I literally just took my scissors that same day, wasn't even planned, and just chopped all of my hair off. And I will show you guys a picture of that right here or here, don't really know, but yeah, that's how my hair looked when I first cut it. That was like the 2nd or 3rd day after I cut it. So that's basically a rundown on how I became natural, of course. Before I was natural, I'm gonna show pictures of that too, because I don't think I've ever shown that. My hair was probably like this length, how it is now. Mind you, this is my natural healthy hair. I just straightened it. I straightened it maybe about a week ago. It is looking a little puffy because of course I am in Florida, and Florida loves to be humid, so it's not as straight as it was when I first straightened it. But my hair before I went natural was probably this length, maybe even a little bit shorter. My hair was very, very, very damaged because I kept putting heat to it every day. I'll show y'all some pictures right here of how my hair looked when it was permed. And I'm gonna take a sip of my Mike's Hard while y'all look at these pictures. So yeah, my hair was basically bone straight. It wasn't too short, but it also wasn't long. When I first went natural, I don't even think I have pictures of this. My hair probably was like right here, but my hair broke out a lot because my mom was perming my hair at the time. I was not going to professional, and then after all of my hair fell out and kind of went like all the way up here, I started going to a professional, and she started perming my hair for me. So of course my hair grew a little bit, but it was still damaged because of course I was putting chemicals in it. So you know, my hair was super, super long, and then it kind of got short, and then it kind of got a little bit longer, and then like it stopped growing. So right now, this is 5 years in. I've actually had 2.5 big chops. Like my first big chop, my big chop is when I first went natural, and then I accidentally cut my hair. I'll show y'all pictures of that. I straightened my hair maybe about a year or 2 ago, and I accidentally cut a big portion out of my hair on accident, y'all. Like I was trying to trim my ends, and I ended up trimming like 4 or 5 inches off my hair, and I was very pissed. So that set me back a whole lot. I'll show you a picture of what it was before I cut it, after I cut it, and then when it was curly again. Like it went dumb short. And then recently I cut my hair. I cut the back of my hair because y'all, the back of my hair, it grows differently from the rest of my hair. Like it's very a looser curl. The back of my hair is more like 3C 4A, so when I do styles, the back of my hair is always like hanging, and I don't like the way that looks. So I kind of cut a lot of the back of my hair, like back here I kind of cut a lot of that. So I kind of call that a half of a big chop because it really shortened my hair a lot. And of course I'll show you guys all the pictures. So yeah, right now I'm kind of 5 years in. 2021 in May will technically would make me 6 years in, but I didn't do my big chop until 2016. So it's kind of weird because of course I waited a whole year before I did my big chop. But yeah, I kind of just want to give you guys advice for any new coming natural beauties, because of course we're still getting people to the family. And yeah, so we're just gonna get right into it, even though I kind of rambled just a little bit, but we gonna start the video. So I straightened my hair myself. I will show you guys a video or a picture of how it looked when I first straightened it. It was actually very puffy, so I had to go back in the next day and flat iron kind of the front part to get that part a little bit straight. I do it myself. I kind of would not recommend that, just because last time I did flat iron my hair, I did have a little bit of heat damage, and I'm kind of expecting that again this time around, just because I went through with the heat so much. But I watched a few YouTube videos. I don't really mind heat damage that much, depending on how much it is. As long as it's not like my whole head, I'll be perfectly fine. But if you do want your hair like straightened and you don't want heat damage, definitely go to professionals. I would not recommend, but me, I'm kind of like, I feel like I can do it myself, so I just did it myself. Some advice that I have. So I've started doing hot oil treatments. I've been doing this for maybe like a good 6-7 months. I do one hot oil treatment every month, and that's basically I mixed up a lot of different oils, such as vitamin E, hair growth oil, just different oils that I find. If you guys want a list of those oils, I'll probably drop that down below. And I do a hot oil treatment, and basically I'll let it sit in my hair the night before, under a what is it called, under a shower cap, and then the next morning I'll put some heat to it, maybe like 30-ish minutes worth of heat to my hair, to the shower cap, and then I'll wash it all off, and I'll, you know, shampoo, condition, and deep condition again with a shower cap on my head. So that's kind of something I do to kind of keep up with the moisture in my hair. My hair has a very hard time holding moisture in, so that's something I do every month. Also, every week, every time I do a new hairstyle, since I'm putting so much product in my hair, I usually co-wash my hair, so I don't just like rinse it out with water. And this is something that I kind of started like a month, maybe not a month or two ago, but like within the last few months. Like I haven't been doing it as long as my hot oil treatments, but I have been co-washing my hair for the past 4 or 5 months. Every single week basically, and that's just so I don't strip my hair of moisture. And so when I'm doing my next style and I'm adding whatever product to it, it's not just building, and then like when it's time to wash my hair, it's a freaking mess. So I like the co-wash. I will tell you guys which co-wash that I've picked. I've only used one co-wash ever since I started, because I started with it and like I love it, like it's amazing. So I'll just drop that co-wash here. And then of course I deep condition. So when I deep condition, I, you know, comb it through, brush it through whatever, make sure it actually gets into my roots, and I sit under the air dryer for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes with that deep condition in my hair. Just another way to kind of get moisture in my hair. Like I said, my hair hates holding on to moisture, so that is what I do to get it that way. I have dyed my hair quite a few times over the years. I've actually had an old friend dye my hair every time, and I use box dye. I know people do not like box dye, but Dark and Lovely really works for my hair. It sticks to it. It just gives me the color that I want, even though I wish sometimes it'll be a little lighter, but I think that's just me going with the color that I buy. But Dark and Lovely is what I use. And then recently I dyed my hair in November, October, and it was a semi-permanent, and I did that myself. And I feel like it did come out like a little bit lighter, but because it is a semi-permanent dye, I feel like every time I wash my hair, because I do cold wash my hair every week, I feel like it kind of strips the color out every single week. So it was pretty light when I first did it, and then now I just feel like it's kind of back to a darker brown basically. When I do also trim my hair myself, even though this trim doesn't really look that good. I'm not sure if it's because like my flat iron is just starting to curl back up, or I just didn't do a good job at trimming. But I do trim my hair twice a year is what I'm trying to start to do now. Once when I flat iron my hair, so I always flat iron my hair in the winter months, January or February. I'm trying to get closer to January, so this year I flat iron my hair in January, and I trim it when I do flat iron it, and then I trim my hair again in the middle of the year. So July I'll probably do it again, just to cut up the ends a little bit, to, you know, trim the ends, trim the split ends, whatever I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep my hair as healthy as possible. So these are the things that I do, and I know not everybody, but I know a lot of people like the way my hair looks, and they like to know like what I do and how I do it. So this is kind of like an insight on what I do to my hair. Let me take a sip of my Mike's Hard. Okay, and yeah, okay, so that's kind of like a little rundown on things that I do for my hair. I'm trying to keep it as healthy as possible. I do have a hair goal actually. I am trying, so this is kind of like the longest I've ever had my hair, like at a consistent time in life. I really kind of want my hair to get as long as possible. Like I don't even know how long my hair can get, but I'm trying to reach that goal, and I want it to keep going. I'm hoping that's down to my butt. I know that there's certain lengths where hair just stops growing, and then that's it for people. I'm hoping that's not my hair. I'm hoping I can get it longer than that. So that is one of my hair goals. I also just kind of want to keep up with my hair, make sure it's staying healthy, make sure it's staying moisturized, make sure, you know, I'm not out here damaging my hair way too much. That's why I only put heat to my head once a year. Just once a year I put heat to my head, and I dye my hair once a year. So this year I'll probably go ahead and dye it myself, and I'll probably just go ahead and go in with a real dye. But it just depends on how I feel. I have to see, and my hair grows really fast, so it just depends on how fast the dye grows out, because as y'all can see, like the ends are lighter and the roots are darker. So this is like all my new growth, and then like right here is where it starts becoming the dyed parts. So, and of course it looks brighter in the sun. Right now I'm in a room and it's kind of dark. I just got these lights on me, so it's not like you can't tell how light it is, but in the sun it's like super light. So, you know, some tips on some upcoming or newly naturalistas. You have to find what works for you. Like, you will definitely have to try some products out. You will have to spend some money on some products. Like, there's one product that everybody loves, and I just had to find out for myself that it does not work for my hair. So that's probably what you'll have to do, just trial and error. And once you find what works for you, you'll be like, you'll know when what works for you and what doesn't. Another tip is, like, don't be afraid to try things. If you feel like you need to cut your hair, go ahead and cut your hair. If you feel like you want to dye your hair, go ahead and dye your hair. Just make sure you're being safe with it. Like, make sure you're, you know, treating your hair how it needs to be treated. Like, before I dyed my hair this time around, I went ahead and I did a deep condition, because I knew that, like, before I flat ironed my hair this time around, I went ahead and I did a deep condition, and I did my deep condition a little differently. Like, I used mayo, egg, hair mask that I had, and then some oil, just so I can make sure that my hair was like as moisturized as possible, because I know I was putting heat to my hair. So kind of like figure out what works best for you, what works best for your hair. What works for me may not work for you, what works for you may not work for me. And like, that's vice versa with any other hair YouTuber that you're watching. Like, just make sure you know what works for you. And 4C hair girls, I don't have 4C hair, but y'all, like, y'all can do a lot with y'all hair, so don't get discouraged when y'all see people like me without 4C and y'all see 4A 4B hair. Like, y'all could do a lot with y'all hair too. And I be watching y'all too. I be watching YouTubers with 4C hair getting it in, and I be like, okay, like, period, like, y'all hair look good. But yeah, definitely I would definitely recommend to go natural if you are on the edge, if you're thinking about doing it, if you're not too sure, if you're nervous, if you feel like you don't know what your hair looks like. Girl, just go ahead and do it, because like, our hair is so versatile. We can wear that curly, and then we can go ahead and go straighten it. We could put some weave in, and we can get the long hair if we want. We could put some curly hair in. It really doesn't matter, but go natural. This is what God put on your head. This is what he put on your head. Our hair is so unique, and I never would have thought 6 years ago, I never would have thought I would have been vouching for natural girls. But like, y'all, go natural. Like, it's the best thing ever. That was the best decision I've ever made. So I hope you guys learned something from my little 5-year natural update. I'm trying to stay consistent. It's a new year. I'm already slipping, but you know what? I promise one day I'm gonna get it together. It may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow, but one day I'm gonna get it together, and y'all gonna see me every week, every day, every other day, whatever. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You are watching Bianca on BTV, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.